For this demonstration, I'm working on a half sheet. I'm going to just help speed up the process of wetting it by spraying it a bit first. Then I'll use my brush as usual to wet the whole thing, but just helps it go along a little faster if I put a light spray on first. I want to get my shadows looking the way I want them before I even bother doing a drawing. So I'm just going on black paper, blank paper. Clean up around the edges or else it'll get, these washes will be blossomed. A bit of cobalt blue, toned down with a bit of burnt sienna. Just want these soft edges. I want a kind of a saucer shape shadow here because I want it to snow to take a dip. I'll have some, if it works out well, I'll have some roots and tree trunks coming out of there. Doesn't matter too much that the values of each mixer, they vary slightly because the paper's so wet they'll just blend together. I don't want them to overlap or look like they're different layers. They all need to be one smooth blend. And I like a hard edge right here where it'll block off some twigs and things. Because it's just a little bit drier, just enough to hold that edge. And now it's totally dried, and I've done my drawing. And I can go in and modify some of my shadows in the snow. I want to get a hard edge on the bottom here and soften it with a clean, damp brush so that I get a soft edge on the top. It'll look like a little pocket in the snow where these branches are going to stick in. Good wash to practice, just getting a blend of hard edge and soft edge. Same thing will happen up here. It'll put sort of a rolling slope. Clean the brush quickly. Get back to that top edge. I'd like this top corner to go off into shadow as well. Now that's dry, and it's time to start to just suggest some of these evergreens. I don't want to draw a lot of them, but I'm just trying to get the feel for it here. Just so I can have it go down in behind that snow, just mask it off with a little piece of paper. I'll draw some of these twigs manually, but I want to sure don't want to draw them all. So this is an oil painting brush that I've just cut the handle off, and I'm using very dry mix of paint so that we can get a lot of these evergreen branches done quickly. And then I can go back in and draw on top of them just a few select individual ones that dress it up a bit. But and now put in a few of the trunks. Got to kind of work around the main branches a little bit, sort of a bit of negative painting here. This is just ultramarine and burnt sienna to get these grays and browns. And I'm smudging it with my hand, so I want to protect the clean parts of the snow. Yeah, people want to know what number my brush is. But most of the brushes have got the paint peel off the handle. Here's another way to use a mask, or just use a bit of masking fluid. You can use masking tape or you can use the paper, but here I've got a long line that's harder to tear a piece of paper to match it, and it's harder to bend a piece of masking fluid. So the other way I often do it is just run a line of masking fluid, and I can run right up to it. I can paint over it without worrying about that edge. This is a liner brush or a rigger brush. And now, before too long, we want to get I want the paint to dry and the paper to be totally dry, but I don't want to leave it on very long. That masking fluid should come off. Bit with just a piece of tape, glue side of a tape. Yeah,